Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. Today we are going to be getting into a Valentine's Day makeup look. It's going to be a tad bit more smoky, not as like bright and open. This is just an idea if you want to switch it up. So let's get right into it. So my skin is already prepped. I have used this Future Wise Slug Boost and a little bit of the CeraVe. I like this right before makeup because it's quite lightweight, so it absorbs really quickly. But I'm actually going to start off with a little bit of eyeliner. I want to bring attention to the definition around the eye, and today I'm going to be using this NYX Vivid Rich Mechanical Liner in the shade Under the Moonstone. I love this one because it's slightly shimmery and it's not a super dark brown, so it's very, I don't want to say natural, but it's the perfect depth to if you're trying to get into eyeliner and, you know, a little bit more smokiness in that area. So I'm going to start outlining the entire eye first. The reason that I like to do this is so that I get a frame reference and depth reference, so then I can build the eyeshadow off of that versus going first in with eyeshadow. You never know how much more drama the eyeliner is going to bring, so starting off backwards a little bit, but it's going to be easier honestly to blend out and gauge, you know, how smoky you want to go. Next I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Danessa Myricks Color Fix Matte liquid eyeshadow in the shade Exposed. This is, I think, the perfect match to this eyeliner in depth, but it's just the matte version. So it's really gonna look natural, especially since it's a cream or liquid formula. What are they? Liquid, yeah. Anything that's not a powder is going to look a little bit more natural and it's going to last longer, especially these. These are like waterproof. So I'm gonna take the tiniest amount of this exposed color on a fluffy synthetic brush and start on the lid actually, because we're trying to build up from that eyeliner. I typically would go in and start in the crease, but I want to once again use that eyeliner as a gauge. And you have to be very careful with these cream liquid eyeshadows because you can have the opposite effect and do too much and then it will look really unnatural and start creasing. So work in really thin layers, start by lightly swiping, and then as you have less product and as it's drying out, I kind of like to press the eyeshadow into the skin. So this is what we have so far. I'm going to let this dry completely and then go in with a different texture of an eyeshadow and product on top of it, so it really adds that dimension. I'm going to use this large A14 brush from Morphe and Ariel and start right here by almost the brow bone and in the crease. And the reason that I'm using this, even though that liquid eyeshadow is going to set down matte, it's going to provide that perfect texture to completely blend outwards and not look like liquid eyeshadow skin. And then I'm going to introduce again that NYX liner on the upper lash line. If you want to create more of that dramatic effect and with a lot of depth, then I would recommend using a matte eyeliner as opposed to this shimmer one. I'm just using this because I like that kind of like wet look it gives. It kind of mimics the like natural oils of the eye, if that makes sense, and more lived in, a little bit more sultry in my opinion. I'm going to add a little bit of this Hourglass Aura Scattered Light eyeshadow. Scratch what I said about the matte on the lid because this is so beautiful. So I'm just gonna focus this on the center of my eye, right above where the actual eye color is. Oh my god, you can't see anything. And this is gonna actually help make your eye look a little bit rounder, more open. Yeah. Now we are going to move on to the skin. First I'm gonna go in with some Milani Cream Bronzer. And because I don't want full coverage of this product or opacity, I'm going to use a stippling brush and start right here by the top of the ear, going on the forehead. Okay, so bronzer is now on. I'm going to introduce a tad bit of dimension with contour. I have been loving this contour stick, but it is a true contour, so I can't use this on its own. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Skin Enhancer Contour Balm. This is in the shade Sculpted, so I'm going to really just go in sparingly with this because I want to keep it concentrated on those areas of shadow, and specifically on my forehead. And you'll even see in my most recent videos, I would go all the way around like a halo with my bronzer and contour. But literally this week, what I've been implementing is only going in these vertical directions so that I can elongate my face. I don't really care to make my forehead look shorter. I care more for my face to look narrower. So I'm going to achieve that by cutting out the horizontal real estate of my forehead. So drawing some lines. Typically I wouldn't draw lines, especially with a product underneath, but I just wanted to show you for effect, and it actually blends out pretty easily. So just going to use a denser brush so that I don't move the product and start pressing it on top of the bronzer that we used. All right, now that we have the dimension from the contour and bronzer on our face, we want to add some liveliness to this look. So I'm going to go in with the Soft Pop Plumping Blush Veil in the shade Pinch Me Pink from Makeup by Mario. I bought this recently. I want to try it out with this look. I think it's extremely pretty and girly, Valentine's Day-esque. I just saw Tennille J use this on one of her tutorials, so that's why I was really intrigued to buy it. And I did try it a little bit, but not with a full face. Even if it's not this color, if I could recommend one product for you to purchase from this tutorial, it would be this. This is the perfect formula for someone that's just getting into makeup. It's super duper sheer, like it says, it's a veil, and the creaminess of it makes the skin look extremely healthy without a ton of work from skincare or technique. It's foolproof. So I'm going to pick this up on this Morphe L'Oreal 3.2 brush and start very lightly patting it on the cheeks. So beautiful. If you want to make it last a bit longer, then you can go in with a powder blush on top. I'm going to use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Berry Amore. Any product that has this sort of dome, or it's called baked, it's going to be a bit more sheer than your typical powders, but it's also going to look the most like skin. So I'm going to start up here by the temple and in pressing motions, set this cream blush. Bring it up to the forehead a little bit. I forgot to do my concealer, so we're going to do that. I'm not going to concentrate the blush so much on the center of the face. Tiny bit of this Makeup Forever HD 31.5 concealer right underneath the eye, and blending this in with a Real Techniques 308 brush. Now I'm going to use my Makeup by Mario powder. This is in the shade 2 Neutral Light. Start by focusing it where we use that concealer. You don't have to go all over. Like for example, you can avoid this cheek area so that it keeps that healthy look. But I think it is important to introduce a little bit of powder just so that it has contrast and longevity. All right, now for lips, I took off any extra lip balm that I had, and now going over with a tad bit of powder on a powder puff to create a matte surface. I'm going to use Nude Truffle from NYX to line all over, just for a tad bit of darkness, just because that's what I prefer on my face. I'm going to use Sugar Pie from Morphe. A bit of that Makeup by Mario cream blush in the center. That's gorgeous. This lip gloss matches perfectly with the Makeup by Mario. This is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Gummy Bear. And last but not least, a mist of this L'Oreal Infallible Spray. All right, everybody, this is the completed 2024 Valentine's Day makeup look. Inspo. Take whatever you'd like from this tutorial to make it your own. But even if you do follow this, I feel like it will suit a lot of people. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.